Hello friends! This is Amy on A Lolly Life, and today we are going to talk about stains. Clothing stains. Before we dump the clothes into the washing machine, you need to kind of go through and decide if there's anything that has stains or that needs to be pre-treated. One of the things that has stains needs to be pre-treated. Some ring around the collar, and even some ring around the wrist. We're going to pre-treat those. You can use a lot of products to pre-treat. I personally like Shout. It's easy, it works really, really well. So to pre-treat, I spray the area. Laundry toothbrush. The same thing with the sleeve cuffs. Something else that I sometimes spray is if I sweat really badly in a shirt, then I flip it inside out and I make sure that I treat the armpits. And I don't use the laundry toothbrush on that usually. I just put it together and then I just kind of scrub it in with another part of the shirt. Another note about stains, and that is that obviously if your stain, maybe it's not obvious, but your stain, if it's fresh, it comes out easier. And so if you spill something on your clothes and that article of clothing is particularly important to you, that is what the speed wash setting is for on your washing machine, because you take it off and you toss it in the laundry and you do something right then. Something else that you can do if you have something spilled on your clothes but you aren't going to be doing laundry right away is they actually have things out there called stain stick, and you glue stick the stain and it keeps it fresh until laundry day, for a few days until laundry day. This is a great laundry stain remover. I really like it, but it does say on here, do not pre-treat brights, khakis, or fluorescent colors for more than a few minutes before laundering. Some stains, don't come out or, that kind of thing, but if you put this on your clothes and some of the bright colored clothing or that kind of thing, if you put this on there and you let it sit there for an hour or more, it might ruin your clothing. And so you can't, you pre-treat this, and it does say that you're supposed to let it sit for at least 5 minutes, but you can't just pre-treat this early in the week and then wait later in the week and expect it to turn out right. It won't do that. Another fabric aid that is particularly useful to some people is they have color catchers out there, and it looks like a fancy smancy dryer sheet, and you actually put it in the washing machine with the clothes. And so if you have new clothes or something that's new or something that tends to bleed, then you can put that in there and it will suck up all the dyes that are in the water. And so then you can wash your blue jeans with your whites or something and be less likely to get stuff on them. This is another thing that I will recommend. And this is particularly good for whitening your whites. I believe that this is good for colors as well, but some colors it is not good for. And I will tell you that because I had a shirt that was purple and it turned pink in it. But most things it tends to do pretty well. And so you can use this, and you can use it in multiple different ways. This, you want to heat up some water as hot as you can make it and dissolve this in hot water. Another thing that you can do is you can make this into a paste. You can sprinkle some on and then use a wet toothbrush to scrub it around and let it set for a little while. But this is something that you treat and you let set, so it's a soak. I use the auto soak feature on my washing machine for this. However, when I didn't have an auto soak feature on my washing machine, I used the kitchen sink or the bathtub or just some other little bucket or something. It doesn't really matter, but this does work and it makes a big difference, and it's particularly good for whitening your whites. Now we're going to talk about homemade stain treating, because everybody has their own little, like, this is how you treat a stain with homemade stuff. And like, we all know that like the homemade stuff is a little bit better for the earth, and so like there is that too. So here you go. This is what you need to know about homemade stain treating. There are a few ingredients that almost every homemade stain treater is made out of, and you combine these ingredients in pretty much whatever way you want, and it's gonna help with the stain. But here are the ingredients: baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, vinegar, and Dawn dish soap, plus a laundry toothbrush. And so if you take these items and you mix them in some specific way, you can treat your stains with them. And which way do you mix them?
Well, one of them will call for equal parts Dawn dish soap and water and the hydrogen peroxide. And another one will call for equal parts baking soda and Dawn dish soap. And then you scrub it with a toothbrush dipped in vinegar. And another one will call for baking soda and Dawn dish soap. And then you do something else with it.
The point is that those 4 items plus a cleaning toothbrush make a big difference. And so if you want a homemade stain treating thing, those are the things that you're probably going to go to first. Something else you need to keep in mind is hydrogen peroxide does not do well in sunlight, which is why it comes in a brown bottle. And so if you make up some like specialized cleaner and then you put it in like a little glass jar to save it for the next time because you didn't use it all, it's not gonna work the same. Because, yeah, brown bottle, no sunlight. I guess for the sake of the video, I decided I needed to drop a piece of fried chicken. Okay, it wasn't fried. It was just oven baked, but it was still greasy. A piece of chicken on my shirt yesterday. And so like I have this lovely grease stain on my shirt. And I thought, well, I'm making a stain video. So I guess, ta-da, I did it on purpose. And so here you go. This is what I'm gonna do to treat my grease stain. I'm going to use Dawn dish soap, a little bit of baking soda, and today I'm going to choose peroxide. I think I'm gonna use some peroxide. So, here you go. The stain is pre-treated, and now I will put it in the laundry. And actually, if you are interested in any other videos about laundry, like the washing machine or the dryer or how to do the buttons or how to sort or the washing machine laundry soap or things like that, I have videos on those. So you can go look at those. And so here's the thing. If you treat a stain, it doesn't matter what you're treating it with. If you treat a stain, before you put it in the dryer, you need to check and make sure that the stain actually came out the way that you want it to. And sometimes that means setting it to the side and letting it dry before you dry it. Well, that doesn't make sense, but setting it to the side to dry, to air dry, so that you can tell whether it's actually gotten the stain out, because at wet clothes, sometimes the stains aren't as obvious while the clothes are wet. But you need to make sure that the stain is out before you dry the article of clothing. And so with that, we are done with our episode of A Lolly Life Laundry PhD.